Hey everybody, this is Cindy with So Many Quilts, So Little Time. So I've just started a YouTube channel and you may have seen a video or two that I have put on there, but you kind of go like, who is this and what are they doing? What is their purpose? Where are they going with all the quilts and what's up with the name? So I thought I would just give a little introduction video here and give you a little insight to what I'm doing. So I have been doing quilting for about 7, 8 years. Um, I've been just buying fabric and just making quilts, finding patterns that I like. I really enjoy just sewing the quilt tops. I'm not an expert at the quilting. The quilting and the binding are really difficult to me. They cause there's a lot of physical exertion for those, and so it's just not really the more enjoyable thing that I do with making quilts. I love making the quilt tops. So a lot of times how I started was I had looked on YouTube and found videos on how to do quilts. And then I started buying a little bit of fabric. One of the first quilts that I did was a stripe fabric, and it was on a diagonal, and it was a kind of an ornate fabric, and I had just cut it into 10-inch squares and sewed it together in a certain pattern, and it made a beautiful quilt. It wasn't extravagant. It wasn't it wasn't anything really special, but I got a quilt finished, and I'm planning on doing a video about stripes and working with stripes, because there are some beautiful things that you can do with stripes just by the way you cut it or the way that you put it back together. So, and I learned that it was my first sewing lesson with doing quilts. But the main reason why I make quilt tops and then finish them into quilts is to give them away, to encourage people. A lot of times I will have things already made up. I'll have the tops made up, but I'll wait until I know, a certain situation or circumstance, a person that needs some encouragement, and then I will finish it. Um, all of these are by inspiration of God, um, the great I am, the Holy Father, and so you know every quilt has a name, and every quilt has a Bible verse. And then with certain quilts, I put on there, how much time I spent, because unless you do quilting, a lot of times people don't understand the work involved in quilting, and that quilts are a labor of love, and that, you know, there's love in the time and effort that's put in it, and there's love in the amount that's spent on them also. I do these completely as a charity gift to someone else to encourage them. When God encourages me to make something for someone, then I make it for them and I give it to them. It will be expressly for them. I have made a few projects for myself, but they're very few. And, um, I can have something made up for years, and then all of a sudden, God will tell me who it's for and what I need to do to finish it, or what I need to do to make it better. And then by the time I'm finished, I have a word of encouragement for them that is godly inspired, and I can give it to them. Um, I don't do this because I want to be seen. I have it as a ministry name. I don't put my name on these. It's not about my name. It's about helping other people. And that's why I do quilting. Quilting is a labor of love. And, there are many hurting people in this world. And, a sentiment of someone's took time to do something for you. And it could be somebody you don't know. And a lot of times, those are the quilts that I do, is people I don't even know, I make them for them. And sometimes it even encourages their family. I just know that this has been an avenue that God has used for me. I want to share my quilting, the things that I've done, I want not for my notoriety, but just this is something I enjoy. I enjoy making the quilt tops. Sometimes, it's like I want to come home and I want to do a simple part of a quilt where it's just straight sewing. There's a certain part of sewing. If you've done sewing before, you understand this. Sewing quilt tops, there's a certain part where you can just hustle through part of it, and it's usually at the very very beginning, and then you kind of cut it up, and then you do another step or two. And so there are times when I get through at work, I just want to come home and I just want to just sew to unwind. And doing quilt tops allows me to do that. And I just really enjoy taking even fabrics that look like they don't even go together and make something come together. And it even amazes me sometimes. And a lot of times the quilts are prettier than what I even imagined or the vision that God gave me. And I'm just, I used to not do quilting. I had other hobbies, had other hobbies. And so, you know, I'm just really amazed on how this has changed my life. And this is something I do for other people. And I have a quilt that's on my table that's to be done, to be given to someone. This one is for someone that I know. But I've had this quilt top made for 6 years. I've had the fabric to make it a bigger quilt for my own bed. But every time I pick up the extra fabric, I don't feel it. I feel like that this needs to be an individual size quilt for someone, but I never knew who until 2 weeks ago. But I've been busy finishing another quilt that I took a little too long to finish. But it's done. It's ready to present tomorrow. So, um, just another reason why I want to do the channel is I just, there's more to quilting than people buying fabric and just sewing. There's just more to it, and it's hard to explain it. You can really encourage someone, even if you just make like a placemat size thing to go like on the arm of the couch or the back of the chair, like kind of like an old-fashioned doily. I've done those before. And, God has really used those to bless people, to encourage them, that they see that there's somebody that they don't know that made something for them. And most of the time, God tells me what to pick out for them. And it might not even be anything that I like, but it is exactly what they love. It is exactly what they like. That's happened a lot. And it's nothing I've done. It's things that God has encouraged me to do. So even if you have this same quilting habit, I kind of stumbled over that between hobby and habit a while ago, because quilting can become a habit. If you have a quilting habit, then use it. Use it to encourage others. There's nothing like being known that somebody cares. And this world needs more opportunities for people to show that you care to other people. Just make this world a better place. With a little kindness, a little understanding, and a little love. So I appreciate the time that you have spent listening to this. Thank you for watching some things on my YouTube channel. I'm just getting started out. You know all the regular things that everybody asks you to do to support and subscribe and to like and to share. And that's up to you what you would like to do. But more importantly, share some kindness in your day to someone else. Thank you again for your time. Have a great evening.